Hey friends, it's Jenny. I'm getting ready to work on this week's Cherry on Top sketch, and I thought I'd share with you what I'm going to be using. So here is the sketch. There are three 3x3 photos. The background looks like it could be mixed media, torn paper, whatever you want to interpret it as, on a large title. Now this is due on Wednesday, April 30th. So I've got my three photos here. They're of Quinn's first day of preschool in the fall. And this is just her on the front porch, and then lined up outside of school and going into school. Little Miss Independent. So I have already cut these down to 3, but I also left them 3x3 1/4. So they're a little bit, they're not 3x3, but 3x3 1/4. I'm going to be using the Shimelle Reasons to Smile collection. And what I have selected, these are just cut aparts. I don't know if I'll be using them or not. You know, I have used it before, so we'll see. I'm trying to bring out the blues, the deep blues in this collection, to kind of go with her dress. This will be the paper that I'm going to tear this and use that as that kind of middle strip. I figured this went well with backpacks and such, so this will be the middle paper. And because I can't not border my paper, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this by 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch, probably from this side, and I'm going to border it on the navy blue camera paper. Now these two pieces of paper, well these three, are from the actual paper pad. This one is an actual paper, but it's not in the paper pad, which is why I'm choosing to use it, and I have this paper still in the paper pad. How many times did you count paper pad? Anyway, that's my plan for the papers. I've showed you my photo, I've showed the sketch. Now to add a little mixed media around, I am going to use some gold Heidi Swapp Color Shine. This is almost empty. I've got here some twine in case I use a tag, so I've got it in navy blue. I have some canvas flare buttons from Scrappin Happy Studio. That's, you know, preschool, here I come. I think I'm going to use that one. I already selected from the stickers and the puffies. I'm going to use Reasons to Smile on for my title, and I figure then it could be, you know, like doing the journaling on the side here. Books, backpacks, cameras, and hearts is what I kind of picked out as ephemera. I do have the puffy stickers, so in case I need something little in my little clusters. I also have the enamel stickers. This came out in 2023, wow. Okay, and then I picked up blue things. I fussy cut these couple of cameras. I've got this little note piece of paper, a frame. Don't even, like I said, maybe if I want to put a tag in there and put the date on this. A couple butterflies and a couple of tabs for the top of the paper, for the top of the picture, and this little Fearless, because she just walked right up there like, okay, see you later guys. Now granted, this was her 2nd year of preschool. She saw friends in line that she had from last year. She has the same teacher that she had as last year, so she was feeling pretty confident in her heading off to preschool. So I'm going to go ahead, start getting some things together, and I'll be right back. Okay friends, I have put the base together, but nothing but the base papers are glued down. So this is what I've come up with so far. Let me go ahead and move our photos. So I did cut a 1/2 inch off of the wood grain here on the two sides, so it's a 1/4 inch in. I took this backpack piece of paper and I did tear it down the two sides. Now what I'm going to do is go ahead and lay my photos down, and I'm going to go ahead and do that at, I believe it was 2.5 inches in. So we're going to get the photos down, and I was putting them in an order of, okay, this is when she was leaving home to go to school. Here is lining up for school. And this is her going into school. Now I did go ahead and matte the photos 2 times, once in white, once in this dark blue that I just had in my cardstock stash over here. I should probably move this up, just a little. Wait, not that much even. There. Okay, so my 3 photos are down. Now what I'm thinking about is I was going to take this frame and I'm going to go ahead and cut it in half. Then I have a blue frame for another layout if I need it. And I'm going to kind of layer this under this photo here. So the middle of the photo. The middle photo. And I was going to go ahead and put our preschool Here I Come Scrappin Happy Studio flair here. So how I usually use these, I took off the puffy adhesive that was on there, and I usually use glue dots. I haven't had a problem with them. If I do, I can go ahead and add glue. Oh, this one kind of needs a puffy. Okay. Alrighty. I don't want to use something that thick. Let's see, what have I got here? Yeah, these ones are pretty thin. Let me see how many I would need of these. And that's what I don't want it to be so puffy that it's sticking up too much. And so what I can do here is, let's go, these are all used this row already. So let's go ahead and cut this into some pieces. Let me see if this will make it tall enough. And if not, I'll just put another layer over it. Okay, that worked. Just one little layer of that. Alrighty. Now, what I wanted to do here is, looking at the sketch, there's really not any embellishing on there at all. And I don't roll that way. So what I wanted to do is I'm going to take this navy blue circle here, and I'm going to adhere it to the top, but I'm not going to so it's going to almost be like halfway, and I'll just cut that off. And it was really just a landing place for the butterfly. And I've already put some foam adhesive on each of the butterfly wings. And we'll go ahead and put that down. Now, I do wish I had a larger title than I do, but I'm working with what I have. I'm sure if I went into my puffy titles, I'd find something else, but I'm just trying to stick to this collection. So we've got our butterfly there. And let me move this. We'll move this. Let's talk about the other things that we have here. So I was going to use this tab here on the last photo on this side. Move it down a little. You can't even see. There you go. I was going to put this Fearless down here, and I do want to put that on some puffies. So where did I put that extra piece here? And then I'm going to layer the camera under it. And this really is just me recognizing that my little girl is fearless. She's so brave. Anyway, okay. Now, let's talk about the other things that I have here. Like I said, I've got things that represent school that I wanted to use. I am going to use this navy blue heart in some way. But let's go ahead, let's get our title down. And this I am going to put some adhesive on as well. Some foam adhesive. Trying to think which one I want to use. I'll use more of this. So it won't be too bulky, but it'll be enough. Now this again is some adhesive that I believe I got at She Loves Color. Oh no, Scrapbook. Yeah, I think it was from She Loves Color, and it was Scrapbook.com was one of the sponsors. So thank you, Scrapbook.com. This is a very low profile, so if that's something that you like, you can definitely get it from there. Let me see, I thought I had a piece, maybe not. Let's go ahead and, it's not like I've got 5 million square feet in front of me. Where's my scissors? They're there. Do you lose things right in front of you all the time like I do? And what's one thing to like about these ones is that there's obviously no wasted foam. You can use the foam as needed in between the actual dots. And I was just going to kind of put it here. Might be a little too blendy, but that's okay. So we've got that down, we've got this down. Now let's talk about the other things that I had pulled. So I've got this backpack, and maybe we'll put this in the little cluster down here, covering up the one that's just on the paper. That sounds good to me. Stand out a little. Oops, got a piece of, that doesn't need to be there. Let's go ahead and get that out, as well as at the top. Now, she has on her backpack those little, they're not keychains, what are they? They're those little, she's got like a bee and a Winnie the Pooh that the kid, oh here, that the kids collect, all the different little shapes. Let's go ahead and get some books. And another camera. So we have a camera here. We could put the little one up here. Let's go ahead and this will probably be my biggest cluster down here. Books. So those are the stickers. Here's some puppies. Let's go ahead and put you there. Here's some more books. Kind of like the darker green one, matches the front door. I think the one's enough though. Let's get this heart. We'll put it next to our reasons to smile. And this blue one's going to go up there as well. And what about the rainbow? Nope, not going to use the rainbow. Okay, now let's go to let's look at our little puppies. I'm very much in between puffies because sometimes they're too big, sometimes they're too small. We'll use another little backpack here. Let's see. I don't like how far that's sticking out. It's like it should be. Let's see. Lots of little hearts maybe could use. I'm struggling here. On the struggle bus. Let's see. I'll have to glue that down a little bit more. Let's find a heart for this little grouping here. There. Nope. But let's see. Do you want a teeny roll of books here? Nope. Doesn't look like it. Like books there. I love these pie charts. There's paper with those on there and they look really nice. Maybe I'll just use another balloon here. Get a couple more balloons on here. We have a need for some enamel dots. I don't think so. I think I'm kind of done. I'm going to call it done. So this will be my entry for the Cherry on Top Sketch Challenge for this week. Oh, let's add some color shine. Alrighty, we're going to call this one done. I have to just use a little bit of liquid glue under the camera that I peeled up. Hold that down a little bit. And also on the handle of the backpack. Backpack. Do you remember that from Dora? Or am I aging myself? Well, I'm old. That's okay. So this is Quinn's first day of preschool using the Cherry on Top Sketch Challenge, the number 425. That is due on April 30th. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you're playing along this week. I do love to go check those out. I go in the gallery a lot and check them out too. So, oh, we didn't glue this one down. Do we need it? Yeah. Never enough love hearts for my girly. Okay, so let me know what you think. Easy peasy sketch to work with. Interpret it the way you want. Like I said, it doesn't really look like there's a whole lot of embellishment on there, but that's not how I roll. So I want to thank you for spending your time with me. Let me know what you think. Please like, comment, subscribe, and all of those wonderful things. Thank you, thank you, thank you. God bless, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.